Hello everyone. A very good evening to all of you. I hope you all are fine and safe and following all the protocols and guidelines of COVID. In this situation, to we need to be at home and study hard. So, this is Seema in front of you, and today in this video, I am going to cover the chapter Adaptation in Plants. So, today we will learn how plants adapt themselves in different conditions and reasons. So, let's just start our today's topic uh, that is adaptation in plant. Okay, so let's see what we learn in the following topics. What is the learning objective? So, need for adaptation in plants, features of adaptation in plants on land with examples, features of adaptation of plants in hilly areas, features of adaptation of plants in desert, features of adaptation of plants in plain area, features of adaptation of plants in coastal area. So I am going to discuss on these all points. So yes, take your notebook in your hand and pencil, pen, whatever you are using, and where you are getting topic it is important for you, you can copy it. So plants grow almost all over the world, either on land or in water. Here you can see plants grow on land, and here plants can grow in water also. So you can find the plants on high mountains, deep oceans, okay, hot areas, cold areas, and coastal areas. So first we will see need for adaptation. Okay, uh, plants also need to adapt themselves according to the condition of a place. For example, now see the example. Desert plant have deep root and needle shaped leaves. Why? Why? Yes. Can you tell me why? Yes, because deep root help them to obtain water from the depth. Okay, deep root help them obtain water from the depth, and needle shaped leaves prevent the loss of water, because in the almost all plants, almost I'm telling not all, almost all plants, from where this plant lose water from their leaves due to this flat surface of the leaf. If their area surface area will be more, so more evaporation will be there. So that's why needle shaped leaves prevent the loss of the water, because the surface area it is very less in that. Okay, if now this plant's habitat. Now what is plant habitat? Okay, so the natural surrounding in which a plant grows or animals live is called its habitat. The natural surrounding in which a plant grows or animal lives is called its habitat for both animals and plants. So plants growing in various places are adapted to the climate around them. Okay, now next. Okay, see example of habitat. See, this is fish lives in water, and this cactus, that the habitat of fish is water, and for cactus it is a desert. So on this basis we can say that yes, it is its habitat. Okay, good. Okay, now the next is, here you can see the pictures of the plants in different habitat. Okay, like plant in desert area, plant in water area, plant in coastal areas, plant in cold mountains, plant in plain lands. So you can see these all plants. Okay, now adaptation of land plants. So in this adaptation of land plants, what it is? So first we see adaptation. What is a terrestrial plants? What is terrestrial plant? So the plants which grow on land. Most of the plants, okay, most of the plants which grow on land are called terrestrial plants, and it is further classified into the following types, where you can see the first it is plants of hilly and mountain regions. We will learn about the plants in plain regions, plants in coastal regions, plants of desert region, plants of marshy areas, and plants of heavy rainfall areas. Okay, now let's have a look on each of them one by one in detail. So first is plants of hilly areas. Okay, hilly and mountain regions. Plants of hilly and mountain region. So what is the characteristics of the plants of hilly regions? So let's see some characteristics of plants found in hilly regions which help them to survive them in their environment. So they are generally tall with cone shaped and have sloping branches. Okay, and the leaves of these plants are needle like, which help them to withstand cold and snow. Okay, now the next, this is the characteristics of the plants of hilly region. They are generally tall. The plant that is in hilly areas, they are tall, and if the plants of the hilly areas does not become tall, it might do not get proper amount of sunlight, which may affect the growth of the plant. Otherwise it is tall with cone shaped. Okay, now the next characteristics of hilly regions is the plant of these regions do not bear flower, but they bear cones. Okay, and the next, their seeds grow inside the cones, and this called conifers or coniferous plants due to this conical shape. Okay, now let's see some example of the plants in hilly and mountain regions. Here you can see the pine tree, deodar, fir, spruce. These all are the example of hilly and mountain region plants, and you can see that all are in conical shape, and their leaves is also their leaves of these plants are needle like, which help them to withstand cold and snow. That's why they are of the shape like this. Now the next, let's see, next is plants of the plain region. So what is the characteristics of the plants of the plain regions? So we all know that water evaporates from the surface of leaf. And if the surface of the plant is flat, then more water will be evaporated. Okay, so same here, you can see here the surface area of the leaf. Let's first read, then I'll explain again. The trees have lots of leaf with branches spread around, and the leaves are flat and thin, and they help in evaporating the excess water and keep them cool. Okay. So yes, if surface area is more, so more evaporation will be there. Now let's see some example of the plants that is found in plain areas. So name, people, treesum, mulberry, these are all the plants example of plain region. These trees shed all their leaves mostly in winter, and their leaves are flat. This help in evaporation and make them cool. Okay, now next is desert region. So what is the characteristics of the plants of desert region? So the leaves of the desert plant are reduced to spines to reduce water loss from the plant. Obviously, if spines it is there, then surface area it is very low. No evaporation will be there. Of course, you can say no. And negligible, it is negligible with respect to the surface of area of any other plant that is grow in plain areas or coastal areas and wherever. Okay, so the next characteristics of plant of desert region is the fleshy stem. You can see the cactus. Yes, this type of plants have fleshy stem. They store food and water, which is used by the plants to survive in desert. And the next it is desert plants have long root to get water by going deep under the ground. Yes, and that cactus have much long root, and it helps to get water by going deep under the ground. So this is the adaptation for the cactus or desert plant. Now let's see the example of the plants in desert area. And you see that here the leaves of the desert plants are reduced to spines. Why? And its feature helps to reduce water loss from the plant, because here the surface area of this spine it is very less. Surface area of the spines it is very less, so very less water will be evaporated. Okay, now see the next character already you have seen. Now see the example. Here you can see the example of desert area plant. So the first it is cactus. The second, sorry. So first it is cactus. Second is date palm and babool. These all are the examples of the plants in desert area. Now the next plants of coastal areas. Okay, now see the characteristics of the plants of coastal areas. The plants that grow in coastal areas are adapted to hot and humid climate because of the presence of moisture or water droplets in the air. This has happened due to the presence of moisture or water droplets in the air. Okay, now yes, here are some examples. Okay, actually bank of the river or any pond or at the seashore they grow. Okay, here you can see the example: coconut trees, rubber plant. These all are the example of the plants in coastal areas. Now the next and last, plants of marshy areas. Okay, so now let's talk about the plants of marshy area, means muddy area, Okay, so now see the characteristics of the plants of marshy area. The trees that grows in marshy plains are called mangroves. The root of mangroves grow above the soil so that they can breathe in air, and this type of root are known as breathing root. This type of root is known as breathing root, and it grows above the soil. This mangroves grows above the soil. Okay, and that root can breathe. Now see some images here. You can see in this tree how this root is growing, and there is some space also, rubber, a space also to breathe in and out. See the characteristics of the plants of marshy areas. These roots have tiny opening. You can see here the tiny opening between each roots at their tips, through which gases can pass. Through which gases can pass. So plants. Oh, one last more is there. Okay, sorry. Plants of heavy rainfall region. So, what is the characteristics of the plants of heavy rainfall region? The characteristics is the plants are full of leaves and are lush green round the year, and that's why they are called evergreen trees, because they are full of leaves around the year. That's why they are called evergreen trees. So now you can see the example of plants in heavy rainfall region. It is teak tree, rubber plant, cashew nut, and paper trees. So here we complete the topic. You can see here the cotton plant and sugar cane also. Okay, so here we complete the topic. Now last, no images is there. Okay, this is for thank you. Okay, so here we complete our topic, and that is adaptation in plants. Thank you for watching. Bye bye dear, good night.